Hey yo, right, this isn't so much an unboxing, although I am going to do an unboxing. I made a video on this. This is a Kongshen Amazing 20, right? And I said that I would make a video when the other ones arrive. The purpose of this video today is, right, I've got a D, which I was very impressed with, right? I don't really promote or talk about budget harps in this way. Right, what I'm talking about here, I guess, is whether they are any good for a beginner. Holes, like all holes working wise, but holes, for a beginner, holes 1 to 4 for bending. That's my thing. Bend ready. Draw bend ready, holes 1 to 4 for a beginner, and obviously all holes just working, right? So I got the D already. I already made a video about that. I have not adjusted this in the slightest, and that's one of the things that I say needs to be in place for a beginner, that you, as a beginner, you shouldn't need. Like, say this is your only harp, you shouldn't need to adjust it because you don't know what you're doing, right? So what have we got here? So we've got a box I can hardly open, same as the last one, right? Zipper case. Bearing in mind, right, I got to say again, right, these £9. In fact, right, one of these was only £4 because Temu, I'm not here to promote Temu, right? I ain't doing that really, in a sense, right? And that's not what I'm about, right? I'm about the beginner harmonica player having an experience where they're achieving and creating something and learning, developing. That's what I'm about, right? And helping people on that journey. I'm not a teacher, I'm just somebody who shares my own journey, right? But still, right, the team, you have this policy where if it's a day late, they give you £4 back. So that's what happened. So one of these was £5. So the two of them was, I don't know, what's that? 13, 14 quid. £14 for two. The purpose of this video, I haven't said, is to see whether these, because you're gonna find videos on YouTube, people reviewing these harmonicas. What I would like to see is whether all three of these keys, box fresh, you just saw me opening them straight out of the packet, right? Whether they're all as responsive as the one I had in D, whether they're all the same sort of thing. So without talking about it too much, the good thing about these, right, just in case you didn't watch that video, is there's no paint on them, right? Unlike the Hohner Special 20, there's no sharp unfinished edges. Unlike the East tops, they're not sharp. Yeah, they, open backed. Didn't say this in my last video. Open side vents. So there was an older version of the Amazing 20. I don't know why they called it something that sounds like Special 20. I don't know. There was an older version apparently which had closed vents and closed side vents. That's not a big issue. That looks good. That does look good, actually. The open vents. Right, D. And this is what I'm saying as a beginner. I'm not up past the beginner stage, but if I was to suggest a harmonica for a beginner, let's see what the other two do. is whether it just works like a Hohner Special 20, and whether you can kind of easily bend. Obviously a beginner needs to get to a place where they start to approach the whole bending thing, but I made a video about an E-stop the other day, which I couldn't even bend hole 4 draw. So I would not recommend that for beginners. Right, hole 1. This is the D. Hole 2, that was. Draw bend. 2 bends on there. Hole 3. There you go, the cat's going for it. Give me a second. Yeah, he wanted his food. That was hole 3. This is a D. Yeah, so I can bend anyway on a D harmonica. So on this, it just happened. Hole 4. Even lower than normal. Hole 5. Hole 6. There you go. I can just about do hole 6. Hole 6 isn't my thing, but my main emphasis really for a beginner to get hold of a C harmonica, and for me to say I think it's worth them doing it, is whether they are going to be able to use it for the bending hole 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here's your C harmonica. I just done the D. Here's the C, hole 1. Right, just got it out of the box. It plays like butter. For single notes. Spending some time with somebody during the day, and he's got a BJ Blues harmonica, I think it is, and he said, "Oh, just out of breath doing some basic stuff," and the reason being is because of the gapping. So with this, it's almost like for your money, you're getting a lot. But it's more like for the air in your lungs. You're getting more sound because it's like there's your reed gap and there's your reed, and if they're gapped like this, then there's all this air that's escaping. But if it's gapped closely, so that it can do this more, then it's more responsive. Right. Hole 1. Just to show, this is like 60, 70 quid's worth of Seidel. Hole 2. It's lovely. Hole 3. So what I'm getting at really, I don't know whether quality control is the issue that we're talking about, but so far there's 2 harmonicas that are just working. Hole 3. Two, 3. before. There you go. There's a point that's just come to mind. When I tried to bend hole 6, it's a D harmonica. I've never bent hole 6 on a D harmonica. Let's see. See, so I'll see hole 6, bang, yeah. I watched a video the other day, a guy talking about East top harmonicas, and he was talking about overblows and things. He said they didn't overblow. I don't know about that, and that's why for a beginner, what I'm saying is, obviously you've got your major scale holes 4 to 7. You need them working, but if you're gonna say have one of these for a year, just to bum around on, right, or until you got the money, £9, until you go, do you know what, I love the sound, I love the creativity of it all. Do you know what, I'm going to spend 60, 70 even for a crossover. 70 or 80 pounds is a lot of money if you don't know you're in it for good. It's a lot of money for those, yeah. Yeah, so there you go. There's your C, right? So all the same, look, right? Or when I say all the same, no sharp edges. These you know, on the outside, they are made better than a Hohner Special 20. Much better. Look, sorry about that. You know, and there's obviously opinions and people's experiences. Now, for instance, somebody I don't know who plays on stage in a band, all that under demand on harmonica, bang 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 all the time. Well, their experience would be different to mine. I'm talking about an average learner, harmonica player. You know, I'm not doing that where I'm on stage. It's not my living at the end of the day. So for them, they might have reason why they would only use Hohner or Zyda or whatever. There you go. So a harmonica, very basic. Very look at it. Even that I showed this on the video. Sorry, I gotta show it again. They do look good. They do look. It does look. Look, it's got that thing like a marine band lift. That ridge there, like the marine band. Look at that. They're nice looking harps. Right, how does it play? Yeah, for you who know what's what, I went wrong there. Hole 1. A pucker in hole 1. Tongue block hole 1. Tongue block hole 1. Hole 2, tongue block. Everything that I've been doing apart from hole 1s, I've been tongue blocking. That was slightly airy, if you know what I mean. Bearing in mind, like your A and your G harmonicas, they do get for a beginner, they would go towards being like requiring a bigger not effort, but well, let me not stick up for these things now. It's there. It's there. It's just there. Hold 3. Hold 4. So what I'm doing there is bending half step and going further. Hold 5. Hold 6. So, you know, right, so altogether, right, you got 9, 18, 23 pounds for these 3 harmonicas. Now that is like, you know, like on a normal day, if you told me that you'd picked up 3 harmonicas and don't get me wrong, I'm going to put a link in the description. You can go and buy one of these for 9. I think with Temu it fluctuates. 1 minute I'm seeing them for 9, next minute I see them for 11, 9, and stuff like that, depending on what day of the week it is. Or if you scroll through, you might see other ones. Maybe there's sort of salespeople, shops, links in there. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you click on the link and go and order it, use my link, I might get a commission. I don't know. I've never done that before. But if you choose to do that, you choose to do that. It's up to you. You're not going to get the 3 for 24. It's because I got the £4 reimbursed to me because the delivery was 1 or 2 days late. They should have been £9 each. So, yeah, on a normal day, if you was to say to me, oh, I bought 3 harmonicas today for £23, or even 30, I'd be like, yeah, you know, don't really want to burst your bubble, like, but you'd be all right for a few weeks, but then when someone starts impressing you with bends and you start sort of going, oh, I want to bend, how'd you bend? And you're like, what harmonica have you got? And they're like, you know, a Hohner blues band. If you know anything about these things, yeah. Like, look, get this, right? I'm not saying buy these. I'm saying this. Smash a Hohner blues band out of the water. Just this Hohner blues band, they should disassociate themselves from that harmonica. Anyway, that's just my opinion. The price, even the price of Hohner blues band. There you go. Anyway, so listen, right. The reason why I made this video is just to sort of not to prove anything. You saw it live. I unboxed 2 of them as they are. They all played like somebody really cared whilst they were making them, or maybe they've just got a magical machine which makes them all. And bearing in mind that I've only got 3 here. This is just 3, so maybe if you did 20 of them, you're gonna find a bummer in there. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But all I know is there you go. 3 Kongshen Amazing 20s. It's quite a good looking bit of kit. like normally what I say to people about budget harmonicas is, yeah, maybe like if you've already got a decent one, like a Hohner Special 20, and you want the second one to take to work with you, leave in the car, just lying around the house, or spare one in the shed wherever you go and take it in the garden, or just something like that. You just want a second one because the first one was like Hohner Special 20s. They're about £40 now, and they are ugly little things, really. But they do work. If you've been watching my videos, you will hear me constantly say, look, if you're a beginner, just go and get a Hohner Special 20. Yeah? Well, because of the price, and maybe this is why other people have gone down this road of e-stops and all that sort of thing. The reason why I'm putting my name to these things is because as a beginner, you will not have to crack these open and adjust it just to get single notes, or even to get it to begin to bend. You won't need to do that as far as I'm concerned. Going from my experience, I've only had 3 of these. I'm not like, oh yeah, I've had hundreds of these things go through my hands and it's never happened. Yeah, all I'm saying is, from what I have experienced, like, listen, I got even these, right? Like I said, they're about £60, right? Maybe 70 even. And session steels, sometimes these require a bit of setting up. Do you know what I mean? A bit of tweaking, a bit of crack it open and tweak it a little bit, especially the session steels. So obviously, like if you're watching this and you've been playing harmonica for years and you're thinking of getting a new one, you're going to be thinking of trying something new. Well, if you've got experience of opening and tweaking harmonicas, then this video ain't for you, really. I'm not sort of saying, avoid them and go for the... I'm not saying that. I'm saying for the beginner harmonica player, or even someone who's been playing for some time and they want, maybe a replacement, or some just to try for a few pound. These are cheap. That's all I can say for your money. Now, if you've got any is the thing now. If you know of any reason why I shouldn't be sort of promoting sales on Temu, then please message me or hit me up on Facebook private message. Tell me why. I don't know about Temu in a sense. I can't phone them and say, how are you treating your staff or anything. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But all I know is this worth a punt. There you go. God bless. I hope that helps somebody along their journey. That's all I want to do, really, is get someone on that journey, major scale, beginning to bend, without too much trouble and without wasting money on a Hohner Silver Star or a blues band or something, or an E-stop at 4K or whatever. And then they get to the bending stage and then they're told they need to gap it or something. It's not for beginners, is it? I'd say these are for beginners.